Struggling with stiff legs, nagging pain, or feeling older than you are? Here's the surprising truth. One small daily habit can unlock strength, flexibility, and energy you thought was gone forever. And the best part? It doesn't require heavy workouts, expensive pills, or complicated routines. Just one simple step you can start today, and within days, you may notice easier walking, better balance, and less pain. In this video, I'll break it all down for you. You'll discover the hidden cause behind leg pain most people ignore, the simple daily fix that restores circulation and strength, and a step-by-step way to make it part of your life. Stay with me, because missing even one of these tips could be the difference between constant discomfort and moving like you're decades younger. Most people think leg pain or weakness is just part of getting older, but the truth is far different. The hidden problem is not age itself, but what happens inside the body as years pass. Muscles slowly begin to shrink, circulation doesn't flow as strongly as it once did, and the joints and tissues around the legs don't get the oxygen and nutrients they desperately need. This slow decline can feel normal at first. A little stiffness when standing up, some discomfort after a short walk, or needing to rest sooner than before. But these small signals are often the body's quiet warning signs that something deeper is going on. Left unchecked, the gradual loss of strength and flexibility builds up until even the simplest tasks, like climbing stairs, bending to pick something up, or enjoying a long walk, become painful challenges. The real hidden issue is muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia, and it begins far earlier than most people think. By the time someone reaches their 60s, the body has already lost a noticeable amount of muscle if nothing has been done to maintain it. This doesn't just affect strength, it impacts balance, stability, and circulation. When the muscles of the legs weaken, blood flow slows, nerves don't fire as efficiently, and the body becomes more prone to injury. Many people assume the answer is just more movement, but without addressing the underlying weakness and nutrient needs, more walking or exercise alone may not fix the problem. It can sometimes even make soreness worse. Another overlooked cause lies in modern lifestyles. Years of sitting, poor posture, and lack of targeted movement add up. Muscles become underused, joints stiffen, and connective tissues tighten. Add in diets that often lack the specific nutrients needed to repair and build muscle, and the body starts to operate on a deficit. It's like trying to run a machine without enough fuel and maintenance. The parts eventually wear down. This is the silent pattern many people fall into without realizing it. They think, "I'm just getting older," when in reality the body is starved of the right inputs to maintain its strength and vitality. The hidden problem also affects confidence and independence, even if people don't talk about it openly. When walking becomes painful, many begin to avoid activity. That choice, though understandable, only makes the problem worse. Less movement means weaker muscles, and weaker muscles lead to even less movement. It's a cycle that slowly erodes mobility. Before long, the idea of taking long walks, exercising, or enjoying activities with family feels out of reach. This isn't just a physical setback, it's an emotional one too. Feeling limited by your own body can quietly chip away at motivation, creating a sense of frustration or even hopelessness. Circulation plays a key role in this problem as well. Strong, active muscles act like pumps, pushing blood through the veins and arteries, delivering oxygen and nutrients where they're needed most. When those muscles shrink or weaken, circulation slows and tissues begin to suffer. This lack of flow can increase inflammation, stiffness, and pain, creating yet another cycle of decline. Many seniors notice their legs feel heavy or cold more often, but don't realize it's connected to muscle loss and poor circulation. What makes this problem particularly dangerous is how easy it is to ignore in the beginning. A little stiffness, a bit of pain, or reduced stamina feels manageable. People tell themselves it's normal aging, but by the time the signs are undeniable, years of loss may have already occurred. At that point, regaining muscle becomes harder and progress takes longer. That's why understanding this hidden problem is so important. It isn't just about feeling better now, it's about protecting your mobility, balance, and independence for years to come. The encouraging truth is this: The hidden problem doesn't have to remain hidden. Once you recognize it, you can take steps to slow it down, stop it, and even reverse parts of it. The body has an incredible ability to adapt and repair itself when given the right tools. With simple changes, targeted nutrients, and consistent daily habits, you can rebuild strength and support circulation in ways that dramatically improve how you feel and move. Aging is real, but decline doesn't have to be inevitable. The hidden problem only stays hidden if no one talks about it. Once it's revealed, the path to change opens clearly before you. The reason this issue matters so much right now is because time is not standing still. Every day that passes without action is a day the body quietly loses strength, flexibility, and circulation. What might feel like a small inconvenience today, a little soreness, a slight limp, or a bit of stiffness when standing up, can turn into something far more limiting if ignored. The body doesn't wait. Muscles that are not maintained continue to shrink, balance grows weaker, and the ability to enjoy everyday life slowly slips away. This isn't about panic, it's about awareness. The earlier the hidden problem is faced, the more power you have to change its course. The human body, even past 60, has remarkable potential to rebuild itself, but only if given the right attention. The urgency also comes from how quickly independence can be affected. Walking confidently, climbing stairs, or carrying groceries are things many take for granted until they suddenly become difficult. The truth is, once mobility begins to decline, the risk of falls, injuries, and hospital visits increases dramatically. A single fall can change everything, taking away freedom and adding months or even years of recovery. That's why addressing leg muscle loss now is not just about strength, it's about protecting independence. By acting today, you protect the ability to move, to live freely, and to stay engaged in the activities that bring joy and connection. Waiting until the problem is undeniable only makes the road back longer and more challenging. There's also a deeper reason why timing matters. The lifestyle habits built in the present create the foundation for health in the next decade. A body at 60 can feel strong at 70 if it's supported with the right practices now. But the reverse is also true. A body neglected at 60 may struggle severely by 70, making recovery harder. This window of time is precious because it's still possible to restore strength, improve circulation, and prevent further decline. Many people don't realize they are standing at a crossroads. One path leads toward greater mobility, freedom, and vitality. The other toward restriction, dependence, and discomfort. The choice of path is made by the decisions practiced each day starting now. Another reason this matters immediately is how connected muscle health is to overall well-being. Strong legs don't just help with walking, they improve circulation, stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and support better sleep. Weak muscles, on the other hand, contribute to fatigue, poor balance, and even slower recovery from illness. The legs are like the foundation of a house. If they are weak, the entire structure is unstable. And just like a house, repairs are easier when the problem is caught early. Addressing it now has ripple effects that improve not just mobility, but heart health, brain health, and even emotional health. Energy rises, confidence returns, and the fear of decline is replaced with strength and assurance. It also matters now because habits become harder to change the longer they're delayed. A body that is used to inactivity and poor nourishment grows resistant to change. Muscles adapt to being underused, and joints adapt to being stiff. The longer this continues, the harder it feels to break the pattern. Taking action today, no matter how small, interrupts that cycle. Even simple steps like adding the right foods, performing gentle movements, or focusing on circulation can build momentum that grows over time. Every change compounds, and starting earlier means more results can accumulate. Waiting for the perfect time only allows the problem to deepen. Finally, this moment matters because of quality of life. The years ahead should not be defined by limitations, but by opportunities. Travel, hobbies, time with family, and meaningful daily routines all depend on the body's ability to move freely and without pain. Without healthy muscles and circulation, those experiences become harder to reach. But by acting now, you ensure the future is filled with possibility. Strength and mobility are the currency that buy freedom in later years, and every choice made today adds to that savings. The urgency isn't about fear, it's about recognizing the gift of this very moment. The body is still capable of change, muscles are still ready to grow stronger, circulation is still able to improve, balance and confidence can still return, but only if action is taken now. That's why this matters more than ever. Not next year, not someday, but today. Because today is the only day you can truly shape the future, and the choices made now will echo for years to come in the strength, energy, and freedom you carry forward. When it comes to protecting your muscles and keeping your legs strong, what you avoid can be just as important as what you add. Many people unknowingly make choices every day that quietly drain their strength, slow down recovery, and make it harder for the body to rebuild. These habits don't always cause immediate pain, which is why they slip under the radar. But over time, they create patterns of weakness that show up in mobility, balance, and energy. Understanding what to stay away from is the first step in protecting your muscles and giving your body the best chance to stay resilient. One of the biggest things to avoid is long periods of sitting. It seems harmless at first, resting in a chair, watching television, reading, or scrolling through a phone. But when the body spends hours in that position, the leg muscles essentially go offline. They aren't engaged, they aren't circulating blood efficiently, and they begin to shrink from lack of use. Sitting is sometimes called the new smoking because of how harmful it can be to long-term health. The legs are meant to bear weight and move. When they don't, stiffness sets in, circulation slows, and the risk of pain or falls rises. Even if exercise is part of the day, too much sitting can cancel out those benefits. Breaking up sitting time with short walks or stretches is a powerful way to avoid this trap. Another hidden culprit is poor food choices. Processed foods, sugary drinks, and snacks loaded with refined carbs not only add unnecessary calories, but also strip the body of nutrients it desperately needs to maintain muscle. Sugar spikes and crashes leave energy unstable, while unhealthy fats and additives contribute to inflammation that makes joints and muscles ache. Over time, this kind of diet weakens not only the muscles, but also the bones and connective tissues that support them. What you avoid in the kitchen is just as vital as what you add. Steering clear of foods that rob the body of strength keeps muscles primed for growth and repair. Alcohol is another factor that may seem harmless in small amounts, but can quietly interfere with muscle health. It disrupts sleep, dehydrates the body, and slows protein synthesis, the very process your body relies on to build and repair muscle. A single night of poor sleep after drinking affects balance, coordination, and recovery. Over time, alcohol drains energy, weakens circulation, and contributes to muscle breakdown. For anyone serious about maintaining strong legs and overall vitality, reducing or eliminating alcohol is a powerful choice. It's also important to avoid skipping protein. Many seniors unintentionally eat less protein than their bodies need, thinking that smaller appetites or lighter meals are enough. But protein is the raw material for muscle. Without it, even the best exercise plan won't rebuild lost strength. Skipping protein at breakfast or choosing meals that lack this key nutrient makes it harder for the body to recover from daily activities. Avoiding this mistake means making sure each meal has some source of high-quality protein to keep muscles fed and ready to grow stronger. Another common mistake to avoid is overexertion. Sometimes when people decide to get stronger, they push themselves too hard, too fast. This can lead to soreness, joint pain, or even injury that sets progress back. The body at 60 or beyond responds differently than it did at 20. It needs gentle, consistent movement rather than intense bursts of strain. Avoiding the temptation to overdo it ensures that strength building stays safe and sustainable. Slow, steady, and mindful movement always beats extremes that risk harm. Neglecting hydration is another trap to steer clear of. Muscles are made largely of water, and dehydration leads to cramps, fatigue, and reduced endurance. Seniors are especially vulnerable because the natural sense of thirst decreases with age. By the time thirst is noticeable, dehydration has already set in. Avoiding this means making hydration a conscious habit, not something left to chance. Keeping water intake steady throughout the day helps muscles work smoothly and prevents unnecessary pain or weakness. Finally, one of the most damaging habits to avoid is giving in to the belief that decline is inevitable. The mindset of, "this is just how it is at my age," quietly robs people of the motivation to act. When the mind accepts weakness as permanent, the body follows that belief. Avoiding this mental trap is perhaps the most powerful choice of all. Muscles respond at any age, circulation can improve at any age, and energy can return at any age. Believing that it's too late is the surest way to make it true. But choosing to avoid that belief opens the door to real change. In the end, what you avoid creates space for what will help you thrive. Staying away from long-sitting, processed foods, alcohol, skipped protein, overexertion, dehydration, and limiting beliefs protects the body's ability to stay strong. Every time you avoid one of these pitfalls, you give your muscles a better chance to remain powerful and supportive. You're not just avoiding problems, you're actively choosing freedom, independence, and vitality for years to come. The path to stronger legs and lasting vitality doesn't begin with complexity. It begins with choosing better options that the body can actually use and benefit from. Every day, there are countless small decisions about what to eat, how to move, and how to live. Those choices, stacked together, determine whether the legs grow weaker or remain strong. The better choice isn't always about drastic changes or difficult routines. More often, it's about selecting the simple things that bring the greatest return. For seniors especially, making these better choices means reclaiming strength, balance, and energy without unnecessary struggle. The first better choice is food that nourishes rather than drains. Instead of reaching for processed, sugar-laden meals that leave the body tired, choosing real, whole foods packed with nutrients makes all the difference. Lean proteins like eggs, fish, and beans give muscles the building blocks they need to repair. Fresh vegetables and fruits provide antioxidants that protect cells and fight inflammation. Healthy fats from sources like olive oil, nuts, and avocados keep joints supple and energy stable. These foods are not only filling but also protective, ensuring the body has the strength to carry you through the day. Making the better choice at the table is like casting a vote for your future vitality at every meal. Another better choice lies in movement. While long, intense workouts might not be sustainable, short and consistent movement patterns are life-changing. A 10-minute walk after a meal, a few minutes of gentle stretching before bed, or a handful of simple strength exercises done at home can transform the way muscles respond. Instead of choosing stillness or relying too heavily on the couch, choosing intentional movement teaches the muscles that they are still needed, still alive, and still capable of growth. This choice doesn't require perfection, only persistence. The body responds quickly to consistency, and each small effort accumulates into greater endurance, balance, and power. Hydration is another better choice that can't be overlooked. Rather than depending on coffee, sodas, or energy drinks that dehydrate and strain the system, water remains the simplest and most powerful fuel for muscles. Muscles that are well hydrated contract more smoothly, recover more quickly, and experience less cramping. Making the better choice to sip water steadily throughout the day is like oiling the gears of a machine. It keeps everything running with less friction. For seniors especially, this habit can prevent painful muscle cramps at night and make movement throughout the day far easier. Rest and recovery are also part of better choices. Many underestimate the power of sleep in preserving muscle and reducing leg pain. Choosing to honor a consistent sleep routine, dimming lights before bed, and avoiding late-night snacking gives the body time to repair what the day has worn down. During deep rest, growth hormones are released that help muscles rebuild and restore strength. Ignoring sleep is a choice against progress, while prioritizing it is one of the simplest, most natural ways to safeguard health. One of the most overlooked better choices is the company we keep and the mindset we maintain. Surrounding yourself with positivity, encouragement, and purpose strengthens not only the spirit, but also the body. Choosing to believe that change is possible at any age sets the stage for transformation. The mind tells the body what to expect, and when the choice is hope and action, the body often rises to meet it. Instead of accepting weakness as fate, choosing resilience, progress, and possibility is perhaps the greatest decision of all. The better choice is not about chasing youth or perfection. It's about selecting the habits that let you enjoy independence, mobility, and energy right now. It's about nourishing muscles instead of depleting them, moving instead of sitting still, hydrating instead of dehydrating, resting instead of ignoring fatigue, and choosing belief instead of resignation. Every better choice becomes a small investment in freedom, the freedom to walk confidently, to climb stairs without hesitation, to play with grandchildren, or to enjoy the simple joy of moving without pain. Day by day, these better choices accumulate into visible results. Legs feel lighter, balance steadier, and energy more reliable. What once felt difficult slowly becomes natural. The better choice is always available, waiting at every meal, every movement, every sip of water, every bedtime routine, and every thought you entertain. By making those decisions consciously, you give your body the signal it needs. You are still strong, still capable, and still worthy of health. And in time, those better choices transform into a better life. The real secret to lasting strength and vitality isn't found in complicated plans or overwhelming routines. It's found in the simple daily actions that are easy to repeat, easy to remember, and easy to build into life without struggle. Daily application is the bridge between knowledge and transformation. Knowing what to do matters, but turning it into a rhythm you follow every day is what delivers real results. When practices are simple, practical, and woven into routine, they stop feeling like chores and start becoming second nature. That's when the body begins to change, not through drastic effort, but through steady consistency. Start with the morning. This is the best time to set the tone for the rest of the day. Choose one nourishing food that supports your muscles and make it part of breakfast. Whether it's eggs for protein, a bowl of oatmeal topped with seeds and berries for sustained energy, or a protein-rich smoothie blended with greens, the first choice of the day matters. By beginning with strength-building fuel, you tell your body it has the resources it needs to stay active. This single daily decision builds a foundation for stronger legs and greater energy. Movement is easier to apply when it's broken into small, consistent moments rather than long, daunting sessions. A short walk in the morning sunshine can wake up the muscles, improve circulation, and set your mood on a positive path. Later in the day, even standing up and stretching for a few minutes while waiting for the kettle to boil, or doing a few simple calf raises while brushing your teeth, keeps the body in motion. Daily application means not waiting for perfect conditions to exercise but weaving movement into ordinary moments. It's these scattered minutes of activity, repeated consistently, that prevent stiffness, preserve muscle, and make walking feel easier. Hydration also becomes effortless when approached with a simple plan. Keep a glass of water by the bed and drink it first thing in the morning. Carry a small water bottle throughout the day and take a few sips every hour. By linking water with daily tasks, before meals, after walks, or during rest, you make it automatic. Muscles perform better when hydrated, and this habit, though small, pays off quickly. Leg cramps lessen, energy stabilizes, and the body feels more alive. Sleep can be supported through daily application by setting consistent bedtime habits. Create a short wind-down routine each evening. Dim lights, stretch gently, and avoid screens for at least 30 minutes before bed. Instead of treating rest as an afterthought, treat it as a daily priority. Muscles repair, hormones balance, and energy reserves refill during sleep. By repeating the same calming routine each night, your body learns to transition smoothly into deeper rest. Over time, you wake up with more energy, and your legs feel less heavy and more ready to move. Mindset practices can also be built into the day with ease. Take a moment in the morning to set an intention, something as simple as, "Today I will move with strength," or "Today I will nourish my body." These quiet reminders create focus and direction. In the evening, reflect on one thing you did that supported your health, no matter how small. This daily acknowledgement reinforces positive action and keeps you motivated. The beauty of daily application is that it doesn't require perfection. Missing one meal, skipping a walk, or having a restless night doesn't erase progress. What matters is returning to the rhythm the next day. Consistency, not perfection, creates change. With every repeated action, the body receives the message that it's cared for, supported, and capable of healing. Muscles stay stronger, balance improves, and mobility becomes easier because of the steady, daily attention. When health habits become automatic, they stop feeling like work. They merge seamlessly into life, allowing energy and vitality to return naturally. Each small step builds momentum, and soon, the daily practices that once required effort become simply who you are. And that is the power of daily application. It transforms knowledge into lasting health, one simple choice at a time.